There was a photo that I was looking at. First of all, I'm here at the Mendenhall Glacier in Juneau, Alaska, where I was born, and I'm here soul searching, understanding this observatory here. There's a picture of my mom, my dad, and my brother before I was born in the mid 1970s. My dad was here in that boom of Alaska was the second or the 49th state, second to the 50th, of course, the 49th state in 1959. And there, America wanted to build infrastructure. And my dad came here during the Juneau boom, trying to make it, trying to forge that American dream for me. And we're talking about, unfortunately, living from a state of resentment, a state of hate, a state of disdain, always operating from the sympathetic nervous system. Man, they did that to me. Taking care of his wife, his son, and then me being born. Wow, I'm gonna probably put that picture in this video of my family here. And I was in the hotel room just bawling tears because this is the one time that my family was actually together and I saw them smiling in a photo. And then when I was born and I was maybe a year old, maybe I'll put that in here too. There's a picture of the glacier here, and the glacier was up to here. It's been receding for several years. That was I was born in 79. That was probably taken in 1980. Wow, look at the magnificence here. And I was here just yesterday. I wasn't looking at those pictures, but now as I'm looking at these pictures, I'm thinking to myself, look at the white up there, the blue part of the glacier, and then the green tree. And you can see the clouds there, but are those clouds or is it fog or smog or what is it? God's creation. And you're seeing this from an area, from the parasympathetic vagal recalibration, the self-hate to self-love recalibration, the emotional prisoner to emotional freedom. I'm able to see this for what it is, not from a place of resentment and hate, but from a place of excitement and curiosity. And looking at the observatory as well, where my mom, my dad, and my brother stood right here and took a picture of it, or maybe it was here. I think that the glacier, from what some of the locals say now, was all the way up to here. In any event, wow, and looking at the magnificence of this, and I'll show you here, as I'm just so excited to see something like this. This is, when you talk about mindfulness, you're lowering the cortisol, and you're decreasing the hits on the amygdala, the limbic brain, and that emotional static. And when you're out in nature, you're able to not be in that performative and that resentful state, and you're able to just experience just the joy and the excitement that nature has to offer. I mean, just look at this. It's so magnificent. I mean, I'm speechless, and now I'm about to head up to Eagle Crest, where I lived in Douglas Island to go snowboarding. And as I'm looking at this, and as I'm experiencing all of this from this neuro-spiritual sovereign state, where I love myself, where I'm approaching my dad's abuse, my mom waking up in the morning on Saturday, going to the Pioneer Home to work at her second job with a family full of immigrants here, not able to enjoy her time with me because she is constantly in some sort of threat, not able to eat what she wants. My brother is gay, having a difficult time accepting it. My dad is gay, having a difficult time accepting it. And I'm just a kid in all of this innocence, taking all of this in as an observer. And now I'm able to give it back to the world in such a way where there's no judgment, there's no victimhood, there's no narcissism in it, and this is to fulfill a higher purpose. I mean, this is all God's plan. Why am I not dead? Like my mom, my dad, my brother, everybody, whoever else has been here with my dad and been in the situation here in Juneau, has just they never discovered themselves. They never were able to live from that parasympathetic tone, the emotional VO2 max, that structural density where you love yourself, you love your limitations, you have compassion for yourself, you have empathy for yourself, and you're able to live in that state of emotional freedom where you don't have anything bad to say about anybody, and you just understand people's journey instead of trying to judge them. I'm just gonna have to show one more time here. Wow. Let me take a couple of selfies here as I'm looking at this. And I hope that this inspired you to understand. And I'm so grateful to be able to come back to these places and be able to view it from that emotional VO2 max, from that altitude of neurospiritual sovereignty, that altitude of emotional freedom. And as I write the last couple of chapters of the first part of emotional freedom, I'm so grateful that I'm able to do it here in Juneau, where I was born.